Did you guys learn a lot there? Do you want more shark action? Well, we haven't. We are welcoming in Kinga Phillips, board member of Shark Allies, as well as the executive producer and host of Discovery Shark Week. And not to brag, but Kinga, by the way, is also the first female host for Shark Week. Kinga, thank you so much for taking the time to be here. First, let's start with how Shark Week has changed over the years. Now, I remember watching as a kid and being absolutely terrified of sharks, but that's not the message anymore. Why is educating the public on sharks so important?
Well, you are so right. It has consistently evolved over the years, and it's been around for 33 years. So I too was like, oh my gosh, this is so scary. And then I would learn something and then it was scary again. And now I have to say that they have really hit their stride. They have fun shows and entertaining shows and celebrity shows, which is great because even for the purists, it draws people in. And then they have shows where every year we push the envelope of science, of technology, and every year we learn something new, and then we pass that on to the audience as well.
And Kinga, I actually have a clip from the show that you hosted called Tiger Queen. It's all about tiger sharks. Let's play the clip.
There's a mystery deep within the waters of Turks and Caicos. Scientists have discovered an abundant number of tiger sharks. But there's something unusual about this particular group. To date, scientists have only seen females.
Okay, I know that this premieres tomorrow on Wednesday, but what more can you tell us about this mystery in the Turks and Caicos?
Well, the whole thing was fascinating because, first of all, most of us had no idea that there really were tiger sharks in Turks and Caicos. So we kind of went there on a rumor and a whim, and we got so lucky. And then on top of that, all anyone had really seen were female tiger sharks. So we were like, okay, we got to do something about this. So we went looking.
All right, I'll take that as a little tease there. But let's also talk about something very cool. You were the first ever female Shark Week host. You were living out my dream. I'm going to call you up next year. But what does it mean for you to bring women to the table in the conversations about conservation and sharks?
Well, I'm definitely living my dream as well. And they've had amazing celebrities and amazing scientists on, but there's never been a show that's just been hosted by a female before. So it's incredibly exciting. And as you and I both well know, there are so many amazing women in shark conservation and in ocean conservation, and so many women who are out there swimming with sharks, but they just don't get featured as much. So it was such an immense honor to be a part of this and to be a girl swimming with sharks.
Okay, let's also talk about the work that you're doing with Shark Allies. What's next in that conservation fight?
Well, that's a great question because it goes hand in hand with Tiger Queen. And a big part of what we are working on with Shark Allies and what Tiger Queen is about too is understanding these populations of sharks and then creating the MPAs, the marine protected areas that are going to give these animals space. And then on top of that, we have to enforce those. And from there, we also have to understand their migratory routes, where they go, where they come from, and we have to protect those. So the more we understand, the more we tag these sharks, the more we know about what they eat, where they go, what they do, when they come out, all of their cycles, the more we can protect them.
Now, you and I were actually talking earlier, and you told me something really interesting. You said that what will happen when a marine protected area is put in place, that sometimes fishermen will wait just outside of that area. So how do we change that? Is it really just focusing on those migration patterns?
Well, that is also an excellent point, and that is happening right now in the Galapagos. So because there really isn't a lot of enforcement, especially in international waters, you have massive fishing fleets sitting directly outside of marine protected areas, and sometimes even in them if there's not enforcement, and just harvesting anything that comes out because obviously those areas are really abundant. So part of what we need to change is we need to enforce better, but we also need to convince people and governments that there's so much money in protecting ecosystems because money talks. So if we show them that these animals are worth more alive than dead, then we are winning the battle.
Absolutely. I would pay to go anywhere to scuba dive with sharks. So I'm one of those individuals who definitely prefers them to be alive. Now, finally, for our viewers at home, what is the one thing that you hope that people who are watching during Shark Week take away about sharks?
Well, people protect what they love. And the more that we can show sharks as these incredible animals, and it's okay to be scared of them, that's totally fine. You can be scared of horses too. But to be able to respect them and understand that they are a necessary and valuable part of our world and the ecosystem in the ocean, that's the takeaway I want people to have.
Kinga Phillips, thank you so much for taking the time to join us right here on NBCLX and talk all things shark.